Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I feel like I'm giving a seminar this morning. People giving to me. Congratulations on the show.
Thanks so much.
I know with adaptations of anything, there's always fans who have their opinions of what they want it to look like, what they want to see. So you can't please everybody. But I feel like you guys have done incredibly to please as many people as you have, because it's such a difficult thing, especially with computer games. And people spend hours, days, weeks, months, years of their life taking on these characters. Kiki, I wanted to start with you. What was the pressure like with that? Because Halo is such a big deal for so many people around the world. How did you first kind of approach it, and why did you decide to go with this way of making it?
I mean, I think a lot of the pressure is self-imposed. I mean, as a game studio, obviously we care so much about the fan base and about them loving the things that we do, but we also set out to do something differently with the show, intentionally. And so there was definitely an awareness that in creating an experience that would give fans hopefully something that felt differentiated from playing the game, we knew that there was going to be different responses. And we get that with the game as well. We get people who love certain things and people who don't love certain things, and that's actually great. So with this, it felt risky to do some things differently, but it also felt important in order to be able to tell a good story on television, because at the end of the day, it's about optimizing for the medium and give players a way of experiencing Halo that they don't get to do in the games. And so that was really the priority.
Yeah, and I'm talking to you now post-release in the US, so you've had time to kind of absorb reactions and social media as it is now, and even coming in this morning, so many TikToks of people, some people saying, how dare they, and some people saying, oh my God, it's the most amazing thing. Do you guys have you managed to absorb that, and has it been a good experience, or do you kind of
I mean, I may be a little more used to it. I may be a little more used to the range of emotions that...
But I think also, as we all know, the social media and the algorithms respond to rage, right? And they duplicate that. And so I wonder if the sense of it is more polarized than it really is. I've only heard amazing things. This is me being very Pollyanna-ish maybe and living in a little glass box, but you want dialogue, don't you? You want some people to have the opposite opinion to others, and you want people to be sort of examining it and pulling it apart, and that, to me, that's great. That means you've got something worth talking about.
And passionate about it in either direction,
I've heard a lot of both, and the thing that surprised me the most is the strength of conviction of both sides, and how disparate and far apart they are. That's the part for me is like, there's so much like it's the best thing in the world, and then it's absolute trash and like the worst thing I've ever seen. It can't be both things, or it can, and it is to some people, but it's like the strength of those opinions. But I think so much of that is just the time that we're living in. Like everything is that way. Everything is so polarizing. It's like you either love it or you hate it, and there's not a lot of in between. So for me, I try to stay away from it as much as possible and try to just be as in the moment of creation as much as possible and doing my job. And at the end of the day, my job is to help the showrunner fulfill his vision for the show. And in the first season, it was helping Stephen Kane fulfill his vision for the show. And we did our best in getting that season up and running. And now we're working on season 2, and we have an amazing showrunner, David Weiner, who's working on the scripts for season 2. And I'm so thrilled with what's happening there and what we're going to be able to accomplish for season 2. So, for me, it's just about trying to help the people who have the vision for the story achieve what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah, can't be that bad if you've got a season 2, right?
Yeah.
You are front and center, Master Chief, etc., etc. I wanted to ask you about that suit, because speaking to a lot of people over the years I have who have played superheroes or played things, their costumes, they moan about their costumes and stuff, whereas yours is quite bulky, it's quite, I guess it can be agitating for you, I guess at some degree, but it helps the show by you doing what you do. Did you enjoy the experience of putting that on, and did you feel like it was you kind of imbued in you.
Yeah, of course.
When you put it on for the first time.
Of course. I mean, the Mjolnir armor is central to the identity of the Spartans. So, and putting it on gives you a sense of size and core engagement, I think, that makes you feel you literally have to, in order to move in it, you have to be core engaged, or you can't even manipulate it. So it does something to your body when you put it on that sort of changes you and adds to the whole thing. But yeah, of course, it's totally uncomfortable and awful and you know, makes you completely immobile. That's the worst part. But that's also the part that we're working on for season 2. We're actually going to go tomorrow to test some new stuff for season 2 and doing our best to learn the lessons of, you know, taking what we did from season 1 and turning it into you know, things that'll work better for us in season 2. And that's just the process.
Yeah. And just finally, obviously Paramount Plus is about to start in the UK and is going all over the world. How are you guys with streaming? Are you people that like to sit and watch shows all in one go, or are you like old school like me, where I quite like the week wait in between? Where
I like the anger at the end of an episode that I have to wait. I love the excitement and the anger. So for me, unless it's not the best show, unless it's a very guilty pleasure, which I may binge.
To get it out of the way.
Yes.
So you can live in denial that you ever watched
exactly.
it. Yeah.
I can do both, and it mostly depends on the amount of time I have. You know, if I'm just not working or have, you know, a bunch of time to do something, I sometimes like a little binge and just like knocking a bunch of episodes out. But I also really like the weekly, you know, rollout and having some time between episodes to cool off.
Yeah, you see, I quite like that because, like, even now with things like Stranger Things, for example, people have just blitzed it in like a weekend and now moaning that they have to wait 3-4 weeks for the next.
Yeah.
But also, I think that instigates conversations. If you have a week, I mean, certainly for Halo, that worked for us, didn't it?
Yeah,
I
It extends the conversation.
The water
Yeah.
cooler, right?
Yeah.
You get to have a shared experience, right, of talking about an
what's gonna
episode.
happen.
Right?
It definitely extended the moment. I mean, Halo was in the top 3 trending shows on IMDb for every week that we aired, which was 9 weeks, you know. And that's a long time to be in the conversation and for to be trending, you know. You wouldn't get that if you just dumped it all at the beginning. You'd be trending for a week or 2 and then it would be gone. So that it's very helpful in that sense.
Yeah. See, my favorite show is 24, and that's like ideal for.
Right.
I used to love the in between because you're theorizing.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
right.
social media wasn't the same back then.
No.
But I like the fact of, like you
That's
say, the
right.
water cooler moments
Yeah.
where you go to work and people say,
Like, I'll listen to all the podcasts, like when I was watching Westworld. Like, I'll listen to the podcasts in between week to week that talk about all the fan theories and all that. I love it.
well, good luck with season 2 and with season 1 coming to the UK. And thank you so much for your time today, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.